I want this. It can sound a bit demanding sometimes, so it's good to have some alternatives, some other ways of saying I want this, or I want to do this, or whatever it is. It's just useful. You'll be able to sound a bit more advanced if you have other ways of expressing maybe how much you want something just by simply using a different phrase, a different expression, and that's what I'm here to talk to you about today. So grab your pen and paper, take some notes, and try and remember at least a few of these. You never know when they could be useful. Hi, by the way, you alright? I'm Elliott from ETJ English, and I'm a British pronunciation teacher. I specialise in modern received pronunciation, but I also like to teach these lessons where I can help you sound a bit more natural when you speak in English. Some alternatives, different ways to say is a great series which I love doing on this channel. So we're going to start easy, and then we're going to get a bit more advanced as we progress through these phrases and expressions I have for you today. And the first one is obviously the more polite way of saying I want. I'd like. I use this a lot in a restaurant. So for example, if somebody was serving me in a restaurant and I decided I want the steak and chips, I would say, instead of saying I want, I'd say I'd like the steak and chips, please. Or I'd like the chicken curry, please. So it's just a kind of polite way of saying I want. So if I said I want this, it's okay, you know, and there's no problem with saying I want. It can just sound a little bit more polite if we say I'd like, just a little less intense. Moving on from I'd like, we could also say I'd love to, or I'd love. So again, with the same situation, I could say I'd love the chicken curry, please. Now this is more of a way of showing that you wouldn't just like to have this, you would love to have this option on the menu. You'd love to have a steak from this menu that you've seen. So it's a way of showing more enthusiasm for something that you want. And this is true as well. I've been saying this for the past few months. I'd love to go on a holiday this year. I think we all would. I think we'd all love to go on a holiday this year. What would you love to do right now? After all this time we've had in lockdown, not being able to see people, what is the one thing that you would love to do right now? Write it in the comments. For me, as I said, it's just to go on a holiday. I miss traveling. Up for something. Usually pronounced as up for, because for is not usually a very important word. So we pronounce it in its weak form, which is f. We use the schwa sound instead of the or long vowel. So for example, yeah, I'm up for that. So someone might say to me, Elliot, we're going shopping later. Do you want to join us? And I could say, yeah, I'm up for that. This is so common. I say this all the time. It's so common. I'm up for that. Or you could say to someone, are you up for shopping later? And that would be a way of asking someone, do you want to go shopping later? Are you up for this? Okay, so to be up for something means that you're ready and you want to do it, okay? I'm up for that. To fancy something. Now, fancy has many different meanings. I've talked about it before on this channel. You can fancy someone, meaning that you think they're a bit, attractive. You could be fancy, which usually means a bit posh or looking very smart. You could say, oh, you look fancy today. But in this situation, to fancy something means to want something, to kind of have a desire for something, just like you would for someone that you find attractive. Oh, it's a lovely sunny day today. I fancy a trip to the park. Meaning, I think I want to go for a trip to the park. I fancy doing this. Again, you can ask someone this. Do you fancy going to the park later? Do you fancy going to the park later? So, do you want to do this later? Now this one, in this particular sentence as well, I use a lot, again, when it's been a really long week and you've approached Friday, and you're really tired, you want everything to be over, and this is the thing that comes into my head, and I don't recommend this to everyone, but for me, this is what I tend to say on a Friday evening. Oh, I could murder a beer right now. I could murder a beer. Or, I'd kill for a beer. Okay, so murder, kill, quite morbid, right? But very, very common. We say this to show that, oh, I really want this, almost like I need this right now. I could kill for a beer. I could kill someone for a beer. Obviously, we don't mean this seriously. I'm not going to go out and kill someone just so I can have a beer, but you get me. So, I could murder a beer right now, meaning I would kill a beer. I'd kill for a beer, meaning I would kill someone or something for a beer. Don't take that seriously. Or even, I'd die for a day off work. I'd die for a day off work. It doesn't really make sense because if you were dead, you wouldn't be able to enjoy your day off work. But again, it's figurative speech. We're saying that we would die just to have this thing. So I mean, I want it so bad. It's like saying I need, really. And finally, another one I say a lot, or I hear people say a lot, is I'm in the mood for. Again, for can be pronounced as f. So, for example, I'm going to watch a film tonight, a movie. And maybe someone says to me, Elliot, what are you in the mood for? What are you in the mood for? And I might say, I'm in the mood for a comedy tonight. Meaning, my mood is telling me that I want to watch a funny film tonight. Okay? So to be in the mood for something means that your brain is in this mood where you want this. So I'm in the mood for this, I'm in the mood for that. If you've written down all of these phrases, or you can remember them, I know some of you have some amazing brains here, I want you to list them and give me an example sentence for each thing. I want to hear all of the things that you want. So that's it, a small list, definitely, but very useful. I'm not saying stop saying I want. It's fine to say I want, but it's good to have some alternatives. So thanks very much for watching this today. Remember, if you want to learn British pronunciation with me, if you want to sound a bit more like me or reduce some problems in your accent, that's my job. I'm a professional pronunciation coach, accent reduction teacher, and I have a course where you not only have all the lessons about every sound in the accent, but you can also talk to me on WhatsApp, where you can send me recordings for feedback and advice. Thanks for watching this video today. Do give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I post a lot on Instagram now, so for those kind of mini lessons, a bit shorter, condensed versions of what I teach here on YouTube, feel free to follow me if you haven't already. ETJ English, really easy. But yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers, guys. Bye.